What's going on, family? Back out here with the Juke Man. Today we're going to be discussing about how Saquon Barkley might be sitting out during the season. He made a couple comments yesterday and it's very intriguing. Blew up all over social media, man. Before we dive into that, subscribe down below. Road to 10K is still active. If this is your first time on the channel, man. Comment down below your thoughts on Saquon Barkley. Is he going to play for us next year? It's going to get ugly pretty soon. Like the video and let's dive straight into it. Saquon Barkley had a youth football camp yesterday. And he brought out some players, Dexter Lawrence, he saw Wink Martindale, Darren Waller, Dane Belton. Showed up to the event, and overall, it looked like a good time. You know, kids enjoying themselves, running drills for the kids, running drills for the NFL players, and looked like a really cool time. And then the media showed up. Media talked to Saquon Barkley after. I'm not going to lie, Saquon did not hold back. He aired it out, aired out everything was on his mind. And part of that process was him saying that he will consider holding out if a deal isn't made. Now, we're going to dive into everything shortly, but, you know, the biggest thing coming into this, right? Saquon Barkley got franchise tag. He's guaranteed to get paid $10 million on the season. Guaranteed $10 million. And there's been reports of the Giants offering north of $12 million, $13 million, $14 million. Saquon Barkley went ahead and said that not everything is true. You know, he's not saying 100% that is false, but not everything you read is true. So clearly, you know, Giants might be out here leaking out information that's not 100% accurate. You know, it might not be real numbers at the end of the day. And the only thing that matters is the guaranteed money. The Giants could be offering him $14 million, but what if only 10 of it is guaranteed? You know, that could hinder what Saquon Barkley should be wanting, but some can argue that should be good enough, especially with the way the market is setting out. Throughout him talking to the media, one of his points was he demands respect for not only himself, but the running back market in general. Because at the end of the day, the running back market was just set on the top 3 running backs in the league. Franchise tag at $10 million. No one's making anything above that $10 million. Which, that's just how the business side of it works. We knew this was a possibility. We knew there was a chance this was going to happen. Saquon Barkley went into his contract year, balled out, and at the end of the day, the Giants franchise tagged him and said, let's do it again. And as far as best for the business, that's the best option for the Giants. It doesn't matter how you look at it. Franchise tagging him, saving him at $10 million, not paying him anything more. We just gave it back to Daniel Jones and had him take on that contract. For the business side of it, it's the best option for the Giants. Saquon went ahead and said there's a personal side to it, and you know that should be factored in. Everything he stands for the Giants, off the field, on the field, all that good stuff, and all of that is valued. Saquon Barkley is one of my favorite players. All of that is 100% valued. It's just tough that the cookie crumbles this way for the running backs right now. You know, Saquon Barkley can't say too much on that, but one of the things he did say was if a deal isn't struck by July 17th, he will consider holding out. That's because he already is holding out with these mandatory mini camps. You know, I'm on record for saying him skipping OTAs, so be it. You know, mandatory mini camps are mandatory for a reason. He can't go unless he signs that franchise tag anyways, and it doesn't look like he has any anticipation to until July 17th. July 17th is going to be the last straw, and it could get ugly because Saquon Barkley already answered these questions. It's huge. Running back market is very undervalued. He knows that. We all know that. And he knows that he's a very instrumental piece to this offense and this team. The team's success last year, without Saquon Barkley, we're not too sure if we even get as far as we did. You know, a lot of people are Daniel Jones lovers. A lot of people are Daniel Jones haters. Without Saquon Barkley, Daniel Jones sucks. Without Saquon Barkley being effective, Daniel Jones was still able to play effectively. You know, there's both sides to this coin. Something that Saquon said that's very intriguing is that Saquon commented saying that, you know, in the beginning of the season, they were very one-dimensional, run heavy, bootleg, but Saquon Barkley getting 20, 25, 30 touches a game. Saquon Barkley was that focal point of the offense. Then he said when they played the Lions and they smacked them up, they had to change the whole game plan going into the rest of the season. And were able to make it to the playoffs. Now, Saquon's comments on that is intriguing because that does not help his value. We went into Minnesota and won a playoff game in a game that Saquon Barkley had 9 rushes. Yes, he caught a couple passes as well. But Saquon went in and had less touches, less rushes than Daniel Jones. That doesn't help his value at all. This offense was playing a lot better towards the end of the season, and that was without Saquon Barkley being leaned on heavily. So how can we pay a running back that's not being leaned on heavily big money like he wants? And Saquon Barkley went ahead and say, I'm not trying to reset the market, but once again, the same numbers that he said might not be true. Who's to say that he's really, all right, he's not trying to reset the market past 16 mil, but what if he wants 16? You know, he's not going out and saying, you know, this is the number I want, and he can't for leverage purposes. But I was hoping that a reporter would ask, hey, what do you think's a fair deal? Like, what number are you looking for? so he could say a range or something. You know, I would hope. I understand it could probably get rid of the leverage. You know, a lot of people in the comments might slander me for that. But my point is that, you know, him saying he doesn't want to reset the market might not be, hey, I'm going to be significantly less. Like 12 million will get it done. There's been reports that during the bye week, they offered him 12 mil. He said no. And now the Giants don't even want to go past 12 mil. That's what all the reports are coming out to be. You don't know what the fine print says. It could be $12 million with $8 million guaranteed. You know, we really don't know. But what we do know is that Saquon Barkley at the moment is not a New York Giant. He's not signed on the franchise tag. There is no contract coming. And if you ask me, is Saquon Barkley going to be on this team during the season? I'm going to say yes. The main reason why, what does he gain from holding out during the season? Le'Veon Bell held out. How did that pan out for him? He got a bag from the Jets, but it wasn't even the highest paid running back in the league type of money, and his play fell off. Saquon Barkley is only getting older. The best money he can get is right now. Holding out will not increase his value in any way. It will not change anything for that contract situation. So holding out during the season, you know, I think he's just trying to grab any leverage that he can, you know, because if he's going to say, yes, I'll be suiting up for the New York Giants this season, why would they even continue to talk about contracts? Play under this $10 million contract. Let's go. Saquon Barkley has to say that he won't be able to play for this team. That's what he has to say. He has to say without a contract, he's not doing anything. These are things that he has to say. You know, I'm seeing a lot of people saying, you know, his agent should be fired. His whole agency should be fired. You could argue that because it's not direct communication between Saquon Barkley and Joe Schoen. It's not. His agency is going up. His agents are talking to these front office managers, including Joe Schoen and all these other guys, and they're hashing out numbers with each other. And then they'll go back and report with Saquon Barkley and see if he wants to do it. It's not straight line communication. So, you know, a lot of people saying that, I agree with them. Because if you look back at it, that $12 million thing in the bye week, should have took that and ran with it. Because there's a chance that he might not ever see that again, man. Saquon Barkley a trade candidate? I don't see that either. That's why I can't see him playing for anybody else this upcoming season. Now, past that, I don't know. But in my opinion, if you ask me, is Saquon Barkley going to sign a contract with the New York Giants, a real contract that's over 2 years? I'm leaning towards no. I'm going to be real. It's just not in the best interest of the Giants. And it seems like whatever Saquon Barkley wants, the Giants aren't really creeping up to that. Y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments, man. Is Saquon Barkley going to be a New York Giant? Would you sign Saquon Barkley to a big deal? Let me know if you guys would. In my opinion, 13 is where it caps off for me. Y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments, man. Subscribe down below as well. Road to 10K is still active, man. Like the video if you haven't already. And if you haven't seen my other videos, I got more videos to the left right here, man. I got more Giants content coming soon. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.
What's going on, family? Back on here with the Juke, man.
Calling all the Daniel Jones haters. Pull up to this video. Watch this video real quick.
Make sure you subscribe to the Juke.